Good morning, everybody. Or, I guess, good evening, because this is pretty late. Welcome to the Painscreek Killings. This is a game that I've had in my Steam library for admittedly way too long. I just kind of wanted to play it. Being that it's kind of like a solo vibe, it's probably going to be a pretty chill situation. But yeah, let's try this out. I'm going into this completely blind. This game seeks to emulate to a certain degree the experience of investigating a murder case. You will need to search each location carefully, find clues to proceed, and use your observation and deduction skills to uncover the hidden secrets. We recommend writing your own notes and/or taking advantage of the in-game camera. The game autosaves whenever you enter a location. Should you encounter a bug or problem while playing, such as being stuck behind furniture or getting pushed out of the game world, simply use the reload button in the menu to transport you back to the entrance of the location. Your game will continue from there and you will retain everything found up until that point. Good luck. I just had to make sure that I started my recording because I low-key forgot to check.
Hey, Janet. So the chief has entrusted you with my assignment, hey? I hope it didn't interfere with your weekend plans. Anyway, he told me to call you and fill you in on it. You remember the murder that happened a few years back that was never solved? The one at Painscreek where the ex-mayor's wife was killed? Well, the property's being auctioned off soon, so we don't have much time to dig up anything that's relevant to the case. So, see what you can find. Hopefully it'll be something worth publishing. Anyway, take care. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Okay. Okay. The Hartford Times, 212 Greenwood Street, Northville, New Orleans? I think that's what that is. Reply, who killed Vivian Roberts? August 3rd, 1999. In 1995, Vivian Roberts, a successful businesswoman and wife of former mayor, was murdered and dragged to the front of her own home. The case was never solved, and the killer never found. It was rumored that a private investigator was in Painscreek sometime later, but there's nothing more on that. Last week, we received news that large swaths of Painscreek County will be auctioned off soon. We would like to revisit this story and attempt to find the following. Who killed Vivian Roberts? What was the motive? What was the murder weapon? Please submit your findings and a front page photograph for your story to be published. Richard Harris, Editor-in-Chief. Don't forget to bring the camera. Okay. Where's my camera at, though? Oh, there's the sprint. Okay. Population 0. Welcome to Painscreek. There's something posted on the window. It might be important. Cemetery gate padlock. 1131. Do I have a notebook? I feel like I'm going to need a notebook. Yeah, no, now, the real question is whether. Yeah, I sure do. Okay. Cemetery gate. What did I say? 1131? I'm talking like walking over. Of course you can hear me. I'm talking like you can respond. Okay. A little note section. We'll chill out right down there. Let's check out the camera function real quick. Lord have mercy, that is bright. P to view the picture taken. Okay, cool. It's click to interact. Interesting. No light switch. Awful doll. Is there anything useful in here? This is gonna be one of the... Brother. That feel when you click the wrong button. I crazy? I don't see a padlock. I guess this isn't the cemetery, eh? Surely there's a button inside of here to unlock or to open the gate. In fairness, I did misclick my way out of here anyway. That was loud. Some light switches don't work. Find another way to see better in the dark. New Orleans County Sheriff's Department, New Hampshire Road, Sunset. I'm going to make sure that that's New Orleans. I think that is. I could be wrong. I'm kind of dumb sometimes. I ain't going to lie. Nope, that's the wrong thing. It says Netherlands. It says based in the Netherlands. What? I guess it is the Netherlands. Okay. Yeah. Netherlands. Strike that from the record. I didn't know that. Netherlands County. That just doesn't make sense. That just doesn't make sense. Okay, it says it's in the United States. NL County Sheriff's Department. 44 Hampshire Road, Sun City, NL 04118. Reply to work relocation. Dear Sheriff James Howard, due to the decreasing population of Painscreek County over the recent years, we have decided to delegate manpower elsewhere. This letter is to inform you that you have been reassigned to Grand County starting May 14th, 1998. Please report to our office before May 12th, 1998. Richard O'Connell. So this one isn't dated. Okay, open journal. Okay, so that's where that's stored. That's neat.
Hi, this is Steven. I just wanted to make sure the package was sent. Again, I'm currently at Ann's Courtyard. Any extra info you have would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
Did that say Steven?
Hi, this is Steven. I just wanted to make sure the package was sent. Again, I'm currently at Ann's Courtyard. Any extra info you have would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
Currently at Ann's Courtyard. Hey man, you never know if it's going to be relevant. Maybe I'll need to know what Steven was doing. Alright, what do we have here? Scott Brooks, Painscreek Trinity Church pastor's son, suspected for killing Vivian Roberts. Witness reported seeing suspect fleeing from murder scene last night. The police apprehended Scott Brooks yesterday afternoon. He was residing at the Roberts hunting cabin by the trailhead. According to a witness who at this time has wished to remain anonymous, he was coming home late on July 19th at around 11:50 p.m. when he saw Scott walking very quickly away from the Roberts mansion, heading down Silver Lake. Although Scott looked upset, the witness did not think it was unusual until a few days later when he came across the newspaper article on Vivian Roberts' murder. Feeling uneasy about the whole situation, he called the police. Shortly after the call was made, the police arrived at Scott's cabin and questioned about his whereabouts the night Vivian died. Scott said he did meet her that night, but said he had nothing to do with her death. Scott was later brought down to the station for further questioning. Continued on to page 4, but I can't see page 4. Restore an inventory. Okay, so that. Yep, thanks. Oh, I have to. Oh, that's another key. Need that. James Howard, Painscreek Sheriff's Department. Vivian Roberts murder case report. August 6th, 1995. This report is an update of what happened to Vivian Roberts. Scott Brooks, the only suspect of this murder case, was apprehended a few days after Vivian's body was found. According to our investigation, someone saw Scott at around 11:30 p.m. near the woods north of the mansion. Two hunters were looking for more wood for their bonfire when they heard shouting. They witnessed Scott and Vivian arguing. However, they were too far to hear the content of the argument. 6 months prior to Vivian's death, Scott was fired from working at the mansion. She cited Scott for tardy work and rebellious behavior. She also prohibited Scott from visiting the mansion and meeting Tricia, who by then had a close relationship with Scott. We are currently investigating this case. Scott is our main suspect in Vivian's murder. Dated 8/6/1995, James Howard, Painscreek Sheriff's Department. Sure do require a lot of water. Some of this. July 30th, 1995. Vivian Roberts' funeral was held this afternoon. Bernard, the butler, Dorothy, the head servant, Derek, the family chauffeur, and his mom, Wanda, who is fighting cancer, attended. Vivian's husband, Charles, came with their daughter, Tricia. Charles did not utter a word. He was very quiet. Most of the town came and paid their respects at the funeral. Halfway through the ceremony, Tricia started to weep loudly. Dorothy brought her elsewhere, and the crying died down. I noticed that Dorothy looked tired. It must have been tough to take care of Tricia. She's been having multiple breakdowns. I can't blame her. With the loss of her mother and with her boyfriend being accused as the killer, it must have taken a toll on her. I feel sorry for the whole family. And that was July 30th of 1995. September 6th of the same year. The town of Painscreek is quickly becoming a ghost town. The population has decreased drastically over the years. Ever since the deaths occurred, it seemed that more and more people are actively looking to leave this town. It's sad to see a once lively town become what it is now. December 2nd, same year. It's been almost 6 months since Vivian was killed. Her death still bothers me. Why was she killed? What was the killer's motives? She was someone who had earned the love and respect of the community. No employee of hers, nor any citizen of Painscreek, reaped any benefit from her passing. It doesn't make any sense. February 20th, 1996. Painscreek Community Hospital has officially closed. The remaining patients have been allocated to other hospitals that will provide suitable services for them. To be honest, it's hard to watch them leave. I wonder if the day will come when I will be reassigned somewhere else. Okay, so that was James Howard's story according to the Steam achievement. I don't suppose I have that. That's not the padlock gate. Just stick my finger in there. Probably gonna need the flashlight. Talk with L. That is an awful location. Okay, so we're here at the sheriff's outpost. Looks like we have quite the town to explore. Okay, so item for map. Beautiful. Can I use that duct tape? The sheriff was the murderer. Solved it. Can I go home now? I read that. There's nothing in that one. There's just a book in that one, right? Yeah, it looks like it. And no key for any of these. The bottom was lost and found. The top one is the classified. There's no night mode on this, is there? Unlike the camera. Probably not. I don't see anything tucked down there. And this opens or does not? Does. But no light switch. I assume that's what this light switch would be for. Oh, it's a bathroom. Okay. That camera is arguably worse. Oh, wait. I have this. Yeah, there's just bleach in there. Nothing overly exciting. It's a section of numbers. I need to toggle that back off. 2 completely blank sticky notes. Lunch and dinner, $9.99. Missing. Painscreek PD, County of NL. Joshua S. Taylor, November 3rd, 1989. Date of birth, January 23rd, 1976. Age 13, sex male, race biracial, hair red, eyes brown, height 5 foot, weight 80 pounds, last seen on the playground. Last seen 4 Pebble Lane across the river on the playground. He was wearing his favorite blue jacket. He has a scar below his left eye. Okay. Vivian Roberts, successful businesswoman and wife of ex-mayor who found dead in front of her home. Third death to strike Painscreek in less than a year. Vivian Roberts, the wife of ex-mayor Charles Roberts, was found dead in front of her home at 1 Maple Drive, Painscreek. At 7:15 a.m., Mary Martinez, a maid currently working at the mansion, was retrieving the morning paper when she saw Vivian's body. She immediately called 911. The Painscreek Sheriff, James Howard, arrived shortly, and the victim was pronounced dead. The time of death was estimated to be between 11 p.m. last night and 1 a.m. this morning. The body is currently at the coroner's office waiting for an autopsy. The people of Painscreek have started grieving for her. Candles and flowers were being placed at the gates in front of her home where she was found. Vivian was indeed a person whom many respected and adored. Her success in business, her loyalty to her family, and her love for the people of Painscreek are unsurpassed. She will be missed. Moon Cafe. Come check out our selection of exquisite recipes to taste. Our lattes are known as the best in the county. Come and have a chat with our friendly baristas. Special offer in partnership with Ann's Courtyard Inn and Suites. If you show our baristas your receipt or room tag, you will receive a free cup of our signature Moon Latte. Oh, well. I still have a flashlight on? No, I don't. Okay. I'm curious where the code... Story of Tonti. I don't know what the code is to that set of drawers. I don't feel like I see a set of numbers anywhere. Nope. I don't think so. Hopefully I'll have them soon though. Okay, let's open the main gate. Okay, so we're crossing the water right now. I don't suppose I know where exactly I would like to go yet, but... Tutorial completed. Oh boy, I can just go into anywhere. Let's go unlock the Painscreek Cemetery before I forget. That's like the first piece of information I was given, and I feel that I need to do something with that before I assuredly mess up. This is already unlocked. What the heck? What am I in the cemetery for? That's weird that that one's locked. Timothy Sanders, Andrew Reed, Christopher Burke, Raymond Brown, Gary Roberts, Henry Johnson, Wanda Tyler, Magdalena Roberts, Trisha Roberts, Sarah Goldberg, Vivian Roberts. Those we love never go away. I wonder what the importance of the cemetery is. I don't know. We'll get there. Okay, so we had Stephen at Ann's Courtyard. Ann's Courtyard should be the big building if I round this corner on my right. Oh, it's storming outside. What's that? Farmer's Market. This way. This should be Ann's Courtyard. Let's go talk to this fella and see what he can tell us. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the chill vibe. This is Wyatt. Okay, so and this place is creepy. I mean, I have no reason to believe I'm not alone, right? Stevie's Barbershop. Okay, so that's a fair indication that that's probably who had said something about being here. Slim Jim. Oh, I can't play darts. Why is it zoomed in so far? Always gonna put those in here. Here's the key that you requested: 7 Black Pine Road, Painscreek. I know. Yeah, I know that wouldn't be what that's for. It's worth a try, right? Stephen Moss, room 201.
Hi, this is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel. I'm currently out of town for a few days, and I didn't get the chance to return it yet. In the case you need them, it's currently sitting in my photo lab. Ask Mrs. Patterson for my spare key.
Okay. We have Oliver Gibson borrowing the toolbox and shovel. What would he need that for? Ooh, I need to take note that it's in the photo lab. Okay. I need a bigger desk. Painscreek Community Hospital closes its doors after 60 years of service. Case of Da Vinci wine. Okay, everything in here is friggin' locked. That's the key to 204, 202, and 203. What do we got here? Oh, darts. Beautiful. Trash can. It is weirdly eerie, though. Oh, dude, I thought that was a key. What room did I say Mr. Moss was in? Here's some of our usual customers. You might want to memorize this. Church, 46 Silver Lake Boulevard. Photo Lab, 5 Walnut. Okay. Do we take note of that, or can I... Just snap a quick little photo of that. Another turlet. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Is there a painting knocked down? Okay, room 204. Oh, empty toilet paper roll. Suppose that's allowed. Can I? Yeah. Is there no light in here? Lord have mercy, is it dark? Why are the paintings off the walls? Doesn't make sense. The Holy Bible. Everything seems to be in order. Anything in this vent? I don't remember who was staying in room 204. I do see the thing on the floor. I'll get there. Okay, another Bible. Everything seems to be in order. People left this room dirty. Unless perhaps it was a storage room. That would make sense. Okay, 201, 202. What key do I have next? 202s. Yep, another Bible. Nothing in the bathroom, it seems. Different kind of bedside table. Perhaps this is a premiere room. I really like the soundtrack of this. Dear Stephen M., thank you for your rent payment. As stated in your rental agreement, however, when rent payments are not received by 4:04, you must pay additional rent because of a late charge due or because you did not qualify for the rent discount. The required additional amount was not included in your payment and is therefore now due. Please send the additional required rent amount of $85 at once to bring your credit balance up to date and remove it from the delinquent list. This amount must be paid within 7 days from the date of this notice. Thank you for your prompt cooperation. Sincerely, Rosalie P. So it seems Stephen never returned. Can I snatch a picture of this? I mean, you can barely see it, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Okay, so we looked for Stephen. He's still missing. Oliver Gibson, toolbox and shovel. Look in the photo lab. Now that one I do know that I should have a photo of. Photo lab 5 Walnut Avenue. So if we are here, let's find Walnut Avenue. Walnut Avenue's back here. Oliver's photography. So we need to take a left and then a right. Photography. It's locked. Found in the receptionist Anne's courtyard and suite's address for the key is written on the paper next to it. Oh, did I ignore something? Did I miss something? Yeah, I did. Does this take me to the same place? That's Moon Cafe. Oh, what's inside that car? I went in there. There's an ID. I rap got it out a little bit. Let me pop back in here. Take a look. See where this goes. Where did I find that key? Over here. Seven Black Pine Road. Black Pine Road. Maybe the Postal Service. I paid no attention to where I have to go to get to that. So I need to go to the right. That's Moon Cafe. That's Big Books and all that. This should be Black Pine. This is, though. Book number 7, that's 36. 39, okay, so numbers are going up. Black Pine, sure, but does it continue? Ah, to the right. Beautiful. 13, 12, 3, what? Over here. It's 8. It's 2. It's 10. Okay, so these are all evens. Yeah, power switch. That's 11. 13. Alright, so the 9 will be back here. Where? Five. 7. Oh, buddy. Okay, yep, this has to be the place. I don't like this. A little eerie. Premium rums. Okay. Dear Daniel, how have you been, my son? It has been a while since I last wrote to you. I am getting much better now. Dr. Johnson has assured me that I'm recovering well. I'm now working full-time at the mansion. The hallucinations are gone. There are just 2 more checkups to do and I'll be done with rehab. How's Mom doing? Is she still working at that restaurant? I hope she spends enough time with you. I don't blame her for leaving, and wish I could be there for you. I am sorry things turned out this way. Please forgive me. I have been saving my money and plan to... Cuts off there. There's nothing in this kitchen. Okay, moving on. Felt the need for us. Thought the hallucination stopped. Newman's poems, diary. May 12th, 1994. I hate to admit it, but Scott is a good kid. He's hardworking, takes care of me when I'm drunk, and he's a man of his word. I'm starting to like him. June 10th, 1994. Did I see her again? How can that be? Why doesn't the medication work anymore? Did he give me cheap pills? No, that can't be. He's as guilty as I am. We're all in it together. He cannot abandon me. They cannot abandon me. August 2nd, 1994. Ever since Scott asked about her, I've started to see Sophia again. Why did he have to mention her? I need more pills. I think I'm going crazy. August 29th, 1994. Oh Lord, I know I am a sinner. I realize it now. That's why I'm going crazy. I know that nothing I do will bring her back. I pray that our sins do not pass down to our children. Please forgive us for what we have done. Andrew Reed's story. That's a lot of pills, buddy. What are we looking at? Andrew Reed. Take 1 pill daily every morning with water. Xanard, antidepressants, prescribed by Dr. Henry Johnson. 313 250 milligram capsules. This drug may cause blackouts, fits of rage, delusional thinking, and that's really hard to read. I think that's by design, though. Okay. So we had Andrew Reed, who seemed to be some type of perhaps schizophrenic. Door is jammed. Can I unjam it? I would love that. As it seems I can't get to it. Maybe the building over? Oh, I can't go in the water. Okay, so we have information about Andrew Reed. Okay, so she was killed up here. Scott Brooks. Scott Brooks was found north of the mansion. Sorry. He was saw walking north of the mansion. Which I believe the mansion is up this way. So let's go take a look, shall we? This town is eerily dead. I understand that it's abandoned, but I'm impressed with how many locked cars there are. Yeah, this should be Maple, correct? Yep. What's this? Probably connecting path, okay. So if they were saw, or if he was saw in the woods north of the mansion, according to the map at least, I am north. North would be above, because there's no compass. I don't even want to step foot in the house until I look north of it. That scared me. More padlocks. Since there's a book and a key in there. Into the mansion we go, I guess. I think I'd like to approach it from the front, though, so I have an idea of what I'm looking at. Influential citizen, Vivian Roberts, the people of the state of Newland Awards. Okay. I don't know if you can hear it storming outside, but it is storming. This whole house is locked. Oh, my mic's barely registering it. Flour. Nothing in the drawer. Some rudimentary pots. Can't open the fridge. Some cleaning products. Nice little island. Anyone delivering food to church on Saturdays, please lock all the doors and return the key under the flower pot before leaving. That's beautiful information. Shopping list for Trisha's birthday. 3 packs of balloons, candles, new tablecloths, baking powder, eggs, and strawberries. Marked M. Mansion room key. Being that it's in the kitchen is probably for the wine. The wine room that I just tried to go into a moment ago. Nothing there. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Cups. Looks like they started to get ready to move. Okay. Some Cheerios. Okay. Let me see if I was right about this being the key for that door. I understand that it's locked. Oh, there's no keyhole here. Interesting. Okay. I think that if Steven had anything to do with it, we will find out via Trisha's. This Mary Martinez, that's probably who Adme is. May 24th, 1993. I've been here for almost 3 months. Everyone treats me well. Most of the workers have been here for a long time, some as long as 30 years. Dorothy is probably the oldest maid here. She is really nice and is responsible for taking care of all the maids. She's always giving me snacks. The other oldest worker is probably Bernard, the butler. He's so serious. I don't think I've ever seen him smile. June 2nd, 93. Dorothy and Bernard don't talk much to each other. However, they are perfect when it comes to attending Charles and Vivian's needs. I guess that's why they are in charge here. I notice Charles and Vivian are never together much either, even when they are both at home. They don't seem happy. What is going on? June 13th, 93. Vivian was passing by when I broke the vase. I must have been really nervous because I stood there for God knows how long. I thought she would scold me, or even fire me. Instead, Vivian invited me to have tea with her. She asked about my parents and what I wanted to do in the future. I told her I hoped to open my own deli someday. She said I could do anything if I set my mind on it and work really hard. Like me, she used to be poor. Now, she's a successful businesswoman. I hope to be like her someday. July 6th, 93. Wanda is sick. I've heard she has cancer. It has been 2 months since I took over for her. Her son, Derek, stays with her whenever he's not driving for Charles. I feel sorry for them. Luckily, Mr. Roberts helps with their financial needs. I pray she gets well soon. October 14th, 93. Andrew shouted at me for walking on the grass, though I was sure I didn't step on it this time. He's always drunk anyways. Scott told me to ignore him. I'm not sure how he could be so patient, always taking care of Andrew and covering his workload. I would have assumed that Scott was Andrew's son, if I had not known that Father Matthew adopted him years ago. He's so nice and talented, not to mention handsome. If only he wasn't taken. Okay, so Andrew is Andrew Reed. Scott is the son. Okay, so he got a job there to be closer to his son. Whoa. Laundry duty today. Clean out attic, water the plants, book Miss Roberts' appointment, wash the windows. From M, which is presumed to be Mary Martinez. Okay, that leads back outside. We don't really want that. I understand that it's a mansion, but good lord. Is that where this goes? Nope. Oh, just a creepy painting room. At least the lights work. Man with hat, woman with thing on her head. Lots of naked people. Okay. Last Supper. The Mona Lisa. Why does that seem separated at the bottom? Chardon. Okay. Everything seems normal here. That's fine. It's just a creepy hallway to the hub. Okay, this is an exercise room. You can't kick the ball. That's an immediate -5 points. Can't run on the treadmill. Vivian was due on Friday afternoon to be up here. Okay, a rusty key. I'll take it. Charles has nothing in his locker. Derek had nothing in his. Trisha nothing in hers, and Vivian nothing in hers. Brother, there's so many doors in here. So it's not that one. What locker did I find that key in? Bernard, which was the butler. I forgot to return the servant room's key in time, so I left the key in the kitchen drawer. Sorry about that. Okay, so that would be here. I need to report Scott to Bernard. His suspicious acts are getting out of hand. Today I saw him peeking into Mr. and Mrs. Roberts' room from the window. He's been told many times now not to do this. From M. Okay, so we're going to presume that M got killed by Scott. Another Mary Martinez. Oh. February 3rd, 1995. I was cleaning the mansion attic today when I found Derek and Wanda's old stuff. I asked Derek about it, and he told me he used to live here with his mom until he was about 6 years old. We chatted for like an hour. I have never talked to him that much. It felt quite nice talking with him, rather relaxing. 1 month later, March 3rd, 1995. I had to interact with Bernard today. His left wrist was swollen pretty badly. When I asked what happened, he claimed he fell during rock climbing and twisted his left hand, so he can't help with writing the Easter invitations this year. I told him he only needs his right hand for writing. He looked at me as if I was joking. How could I have known that he was left-handed? April 17th, 1995. Dorothy asked me to help clean her house tomorrow. I didn't know she has her own place. I thought she lived with the Roberts family in the nanny's room. She said she hasn't used the house for the past few months, but it needs to be taken care of every now and then. She will be 60 this year. I think I should help her. P.S. The address is 40 Black Pine Road. I'm gonna have to get to right. Dorothy's house. Black Pine Road. I don't need the Painscreek bit because that is where I am. Okay. May 29th. Trisha and Vivian had an argument during dinner. Vivian is thinking to send Trisha to college, but Trisha wants to be with Scott. She is not thinking straight. June 1st. I was about to clean the gallery when I noticed the door was already slightly open. I looked inside and saw Mr. Roberts standing in front of a painting. Right before he left, I heard a faint click as he was leaving the gallery. I hid in the staircase hallway. When I was sure that he was gone, I went into the gallery to see what he was so entranced by. It's just a painting of an old woman with a white headband. I wonder what's so interesting about this lady. Secret door. Or safe. June 11th. There will be a grand party to celebrate Trisha's birthday this evening. She will officially be 21 years old. Trisha and Scott are meeting at the shed behind the mansion. They called it their secret hideout. I know Vivian doesn't want Trisha to be with Scott. Should I tell her about it? July 12th. Dr. Johnson is dead. He was the head of Painscreek Community Hospital as well as the Roberts family doctor. The police came by and asked if Vivian would be willing to go down to the station for another interview. I was nervous, but Vivian was very calm and accepted the request. She came back in the evening and assured us that everything was okay. She had nothing to do with Dr. Johnson's death. His death was purely an accident. I was cleaning Miss Roberts' tea room when I stumbled across a pile of letters full of negative comments addressed to her. Why on earth does she keep getting those letters? Or does she keep those letters? She, more than anybody in this town, doesn't deserve to be attacked by these faceless cowards. These people cannot see the positive impact she has made for this community. It's not her fault that her business deals can't please everyone. True. Big facts, Mary. Big facts. Okay. In an effort to not get endlessly distracted. Oh, brother. There's so much to get distracted by. So, the fact that Scott's father also worked here is not great. The map is glitching. Da Vinci One service, bill paid, $4,800. Okay. When is this? October 9th, 94. Stainless steel bottle opener, huh? Okay, so Da Vinci's wine. It doesn't say that. It's Chianti, though. Ginger beer. It said premium. Can I please? I'm sorry, Thomas. I must have forgot to check inventory. Apparently we're missing a case of Da Vinci's. Please don't tell Miss Roberts. What are the odds I can read that from here? Something on no sense of taking a photo. 20 years later, Painscreek still honors the lives of coal mine workers. Despite shock and pain, it was a tragedy that united everyone. 20 years ago, 6 members of this village, together with 13 others from the towns of Hillsdale and Old Creek, perished in one of the coal mine demolition programs. The coal mine belonged to the Roberts Mining Company. Vivian Roberts, who had just married into the Roberts family, started a fundraising event that raised $96,000, contributing $24,000 from her own company. A total of $120,000 was compensated to the 6 families. This is a very small sum compared to what those families lost, and no amount of money can ever replace their loved ones, Vivian told to the press. What we can do, however, is provide them with whatever help they may need, and for those who have helped financially, the Roberts family thanks you. The words not only comforted those families, continued on page 5. Sheet to count scores. Okay. So I thought, in my heart of hearts, okay, a security room has a number lock. Where does this go to? I'll never know. I was thinking that the bedrooms would be on the 2nd floor. Chance not. Okay, I need to go check out that painting. Notes for Vivian's tea schedule. Tea time is 3:20 on the dot. Use the flower pattern cup for Mondays. Gold line cups are for guests. Use half cup of milk. Always leave sugar on the side. Never interrupt unless she calls for you. Mary. Okay. Down the stairs and through the woods. To the painting room we go. Old lady, white headband. I think it's that one that I stopped and looked at that kind of looked like a maid. Yep, here we are. Boy, howdy, that's a 6-digit. Okay, so we have a safe.